Maybe. Hello, Princessa. How are you? Hi, Donna. I am doing well. Thank you so much.
Hello,
How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Please share out if you're kind, if you'd like the great opportunity to have a card. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Tara. How are you? How are you? Yes, I'm doing well, Princessa. Thank you so much. I am sharing my stream to Facebook and YouTube. So if you see me talking to somebody and it's not you, it's because I am in two places at once. It's so mystical. So mystical and amazing. Ready. Not too bad. Hi, Glenna. Hi, Dinah. How are you? I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you for sharing out. I appreciate you. Hi, Stacy. We're going to do some free readings tonight. If you would like a guaranteed reading, it's $10. There's 3 different ways to pay in the description box. Otherwise, I will be pulling cards for people who have shared out. Alrighty? Alrighty. Mystical Misty. That's right. That's my secret name. I'm just going to put my phone right here so I can see on Facebook who has shared and got the little share badge. Hi, Tawny, my darling. How are you? How's everybody? You can see better without the glasses. We are going to be using the, I think anyway, let's see what happens. The Moonology cards for y'all. Just to see what's what. I've only used these probably twice in my life. We will be going to whoever Spirit pulls us to. There is no list, Tina. Almost home from softball. You know, Tawny, I was thinking I would do a live with you tonight, but then I was like, she's probably doing some sport or something. And I was right. Hello, Susie from Australia. Come on in, everyone. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Candace, how are you? Thank you for sprinkling the love. All right. Thank you for sharing, Sandra. Thank you for sharing, Glenna. Let's see what we got for Glenna. Hi, Jules. Card for Glenna. Glenna, you're being told to walk away from a situation that you've been struggling with for a while now. Nothing will come of this situation. It's time for you to cut your losses. Okay, it feels to me like this is something you have been trying to force, something that you have been working on for at least 8 months. Does that make sense to you, Glenna? Wednesday is sports till the weather warms up. Okay, I see. That's right, Tina. Please share out publicly for a free card. Drinking more water. Yay! That's good for you. I'm excited for you. Candace, we're working on it. We're working on it. We are applying for apartments and stuff like that. Thank you for asking. Candace, let's see what we got. Well, Glenda, you would have to think back to about 8 months. See what it is that you have been trying to manifest that is not happening for you, or you've been struggling to manifest. Hello, Miss Brianna. Candace. So this card that I've gotten for you says that your commitment is being tested. I feel like this is your commitment to yourself, Candace. Commitment to what you need, your self-love. And this feels to me like it's generally that you've been giving more to others than you have for yourself. So the commitment to yourself and to your self needs is what's being tested right now. Your self-love. Am I getting excited? I'm still a little worried about my cats, honestly. My cousin is staying with me, and she's got 2 little dogs, and one of my cats won't even come in the house. The other cat doesn't care. So, I don't know. I'm just worried about my cats. I don't know. Thank you, Miss Stacy. Appreciate you. Share out till you get the little share man next to your name. The little share man. I had a lovely salt bath today. It was wonderful. Candace says that's very true. All right. Miss Tina, what do we have for you? Share out. Sharing is caring. Okay, and you have to consider what chakra system this is located with. It was amazing. I really, really loved it. What do we have for Tina? Tina, you had 2 cards pop out for you. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So whatever it is that you have been going through lately that has been really hard for you, you're almost at the end of it. Okay. And this could be emotionally, it could be like you've been going through a downswing emotionally, some depression, anxiety, some situations that make you feel not safe in your body. Hi, Crystal. And the other card you have is Show the World the Real You. It's time to step outside of what people expect you to be. Allow yourself to be more authentic, voice your opinions, share your thoughts with people without worrying whether or not they will be accepted. Hi, Xana. How is everybody tonight? Come on in. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, I think. Hi, Maria. All right. You're working on it? Good, Tina. Good. If you would like a guaranteed reading tonight with a minimum of 5 cards, it's $10. I appreciate your donations. Helps get me where I need to go. I do have a special for the entire month of April. It's a really good deal. It's like 33% off the regular price. Okay, and it's $39 for a 30-minute private reading for spirit messages, whatever. So that's a really good deal. Did I get your Cash App? Let me look. I'm not sure. Hopefully. I hope you do, hon. I hope you do. Thank you, Jules. I will do your reading right now. Let's see what we got for Jules. Let's see what we got for Miss Jules. What does Jules need to know right now? Oh, interesting. Interesting, Jules. I feel like this has to do with your self-talk. Well, thank you, Lauren. This has to do with how you think about yourself, how you speak to yourself mentally, and how you communicate your needs to other people. We're going to see what this is all about. Yeah, this is about your thoughts. This is about how you see yourself, how you think other people see yourself. It feels like a constant cycle, a constant questioning in your mind. I feel like there's a lot of fear that lives in your mind about yourself and your value to other people. And I have a card that says that your communication is key. But the thing is, like, I feel like this is all about how you talk to yourself, how you get through the day, how you deal with your own fears and anxieties. Okay. I feel like you need to be a little more positive to yourself and allow that part of yourself to die, because it's like I've told people so many times in the past, you have to be your best friend, not your worst enemy. And so many of us have gone through life with that mental tape playing that we are our worst enemy, and we talk down about ourselves, and we don't lift ourselves up. We don't care for ourselves. We're constantly criticizing and judging ourselves. And what I'm feeling here is like you need to tell people what you expect. You need to tell people how they're making you feel. You need to tell people how you're receiving their messages, because it honestly, it just feels to me like you have been making your life harder than it needs to be. Okay, you have the card Virgo, full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. But the self-doubt that you carry around with you is constantly like making you question people's motives, making you question your relationships. Hi, Sheldon. Yes, I did. Working on it. Thank you. So we're saying that it's time for you to work through all these fears, and perhaps by you expressing and communicating what you're afraid of to the people that you love, letting them know, hey, every time you do this or every time you say that, it makes me feel this type of way. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. It makes me feel unsafe in my relationship with you, in my ability to speak my truth. It's just really important for you to say what's on your mind, because I think 9 times out of 10, your fears are going to end up being ungrounded or and you just don't realize that because you've let them control your life for so long. And they're unspoken fears. It's like you keep them to yourself because you're worried people are going to tell you you're crazy, or you're worried people are going to say, you know, that's silly, that's stupid, or like invalidate your fears. But honestly, if you just communicate your thoughts the right way, then people won't have that type of reaction, no matter how much of a jerk they are, or if they're not a jerk. You know what I mean? Hello, Robert. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Chandra. Fuck, I was so close. I'm so close. I almost did it. That's exactly it. I'm always invalidated. Yeah. There will be people in your life that don't appreciate how you're feeling, and they feel attacked whenever you say, look, when you do this, that, or the other, it makes me feel a type of way. They automatically feel attacked. And I understand that that's because they are feeling guilty or they feel uncomfortable with their own accountability of their actions. But that doesn't mean you should share it any less. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still should tell people how you're feeling, or when they do things or say things, how you receive it. Because it could be that they're not trying to make you feel that way. It could be that they're just not really good at communicating their own needs. Hello, Miss Tammy. How are you? Thank you for sharing. We are doing one card free. Please share out to get a share badge next to your name. I think you have to share like 3 times in order to get the share badge. It has to be public places. So, but if you want a guaranteed reading of a minimum of 5 cards, I appreciate you contributing to my journey. Because Mama need a lot of money. My friend Ash was telling me that there's an apartment in her complex opening up. And I thought about moving up there to South Dakota. And then she told me today that they're in the middle of a blizzard. And I was like, immediately no. Immediately no. It's literally 85 degrees most of the time here. And it's winter 8 months, 9 months out of the year in South Dakota. I can't hang with it. I can't do it. Okay, Chandra. It's like I have to like make myself stop and not immediately say your name when I see it, because my immediate pronunciation is always wrong. Come to Alabama. I can honestly say I have never in my life said, I just really need to live in Alabama. Sorry, but I've never thought that. There are some places that I've never thought I really want to live there. Tennessee is one of them. Never thought that in my life. I want to live in. I've never thought that I should live in New Jersey or New York. Okay, let's see what we got for Chandra. Hey, Jamie, what's up, brother? Oh, I like this card for you, Chandra. First of all, it's very purple, which represents, well, you can't really tell that it's purple, but it's purple. Maybe this way. There you go. To me, it represents intuition, using your intuition. Never thought Alabama gets cold and humid during the summer. Yeah. Come back to Boston. I can't say that I want to go back there either, Flora. It's too cold in the winter. I'm literally like a summer person. I literally need warm weather. It's just my jam. It's just my jelly and my jam. So this card says the energy is gaining momentum. I feel like this is like your soul pushing you towards something, pushing you towards some type of clarity. It's like a compulsion. I feel like this gaining of momentum is something that's kind of been brewing. It's almost like water boiling. You know, it takes a while for it to boil, but once it boils, it really, you can't get near it. You know what I mean? So I feel like, hi, Justina. I feel like this is about your intuition. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry it's raining in Scotland, Sharon. Thank you for sharing. I really want, we're going to do Laura next, and then we're going to do Sharon. So if I forget Sharon, remind me after I do Lauren. Okay. But Chandra, I feel like there's something that's going to be opening for you, some clarity that you'll be receiving from the universe, sharpening awareness, sharpening your skills. I feel like it's all going to unfold pretty soon. It just feels like a lot of culminating happening. Donated. Oh, okay. Where did you donate, Crystal? I'm sorry. Oh, Randy donated first. Let me write down the names that I just said I was going to do, because I'm going to do the donations first. You're welcome. Oh, Justina, that's okay. I'm like a sweet tooth, but I don't cause you to gain weight. Let's see. Randy donated. Crystal donated on PayPal. And I said I was going to do Sharon Clayton and Lauren Dazzo. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Keep sharing out. I appreciate you. Show some love. Show me the loving. Okay, so we're going to do You're welcome. Typical Scotland weather. That's sad. It would be hell on my hair, I have to say. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for Randy. Come to Australia. Aren't y'all still like all kinds of locked down over there, Sandra? I don't know if I'm not good at being a prisoner. I like my freedom. I haven't been paying attention to what's going on over there. Don't y'all have like concentration camps for COVID? I just can't even with some of this stuff in the news. Honestly. Yes. Better than online shopping. Thanks. Probably less expensive on your pocketbook. Your purse, whatever you want to call it. Okay, what do we got for Randy? Let's see. Thank you, Miss Tammy. You're a darling. You did eBay goods. Thank you, Sissy. I will put your name. Thanks, guys. Okay. Randy. Oh, I like that card. Woo-hoo. I don't know if you are dealing with a Libra, or if you're dealing with justice here, a situation, a judicial situation. There's something going on in your life right now, Randy, that you're trying to figure out the best solution to this. I feel like it involves a man. I don't know if this is a son, somebody that you might be going to court with, a relationship, a boss, a brother. I don't know. There's a male energy here that I see that you're dealing with, and it feels like it's a very emotional situation. Okay. I love these cards. I'm so excited for these cards, Randy. Hold on. So the first card that we're looking at here, it says meditate and contemplate. You have the card of Pisces. You might be dealing with a Pisces, or it could be somebody, like I said, a very emotional, your father's son. Thank you so much. It could be a very emotional situation that you're going through. It feels to me like if you just give yourself a little bit of time, it's a very emotional situation, and it's hard to make clear decisions when our heart is involved, when our emotions are involved. So I feel like what you really need to do right now, this meditate and contemplate, I'm getting so many chills right now. This is the best advice I could give you as far as this situation is concerned, because sometimes you're so close to the situation and your heartstrings are being pulled in different directions. That you really need to kind of remove yourself mentally from the situation and try to look at it from a different perspective. Try to like pull yourself out of your feelings almost in a way. And that's why meditation is really good for helping people when they're doing when they're in decision making mode, because it helps you pull yourself into the present and not really into the mind and the feelings of the situation and what it's causing you. Okay. So what I would love you to do is to just take a bath, honey. Take a bath. Just relax for a little while. Just kind of let yourself zone out and not think about anything. And then ask yourself, what is the right thing to do in this situation? Okay, and that's what the universe is asking you to do. You also have this, you're very close to achieving your goals. So I feel like this has something to do with the situation. You just need that moment of clarity in order to understand exactly how to proceed. All right. Hello, Sharon. Long time no see. How are you? Hi. And then this card here, you have a win-win outcome is the forecast. So once you can remove your personal feelings from the situation, I think whatever you do decide, that clarity that you're going to receive from your higher self is going to help you make the right decision for everyone involved. And then it will be a positive outcome for you, for your father's son, all of that, your son's father. Either way, I feel like you are very emotionally involved in this situation. So, of course, with your son's father, you've got very personal feelings, obviously. I mean, personal enough, you shared bodily fluids. I can't with myself sometimes. Let's see what else the cards want to tell you. The Death card, ending a cycle. I feel like you might have been going around and round with this man. It feels like you guys can't agree, okay? And I think we just not necessarily take the high road, but take the road right down the middle that's fair to both of you. It almost might even be like a custody situation, like you're fighting for custody or trying to figure out like who gets your son or when or what child support. I don't know. It just feels like a very emotional situation. Hello, Angelica. Hi, Nevada. Welcome. And I don't. Yeah, 8 of Swords in reverse. You need to take yourself out. Take yourself out of the equation and look at it just from your son's perspective. Try to look at it from your son's father's perspective. I know it's hard because this is your child, but it feels to me like it's just, there may be a little bit of ego involved. You're right on the money with everything so far. It's been so confusing. Ask yourself how your son's going to feel about this situation in 5 or 10 years, okay? Based on the decisions that you make, because honestly, we bring children in the world and then we have to make decisions that are best for them, not generally what are best for us. It's usually what's best for our children. That's what a responsible parent does, right? What part of the U.S. do I come from? I am in Texas, Sharon. I've got like a blurry spot on my eye and it's bugging me. A floater. Just kidding. So that's what I have for you, Randy, and I hope that helps. Let's see what we got for Crystal. Thank you for sharing. If you make a donation for a reading, you're going to be bumped to the front of the line over the free readings, but I do have a list of free readings started. Sharon, thank you for sharing out. Appreciate you. Justina, thank you for sharing. You're welcome, Randy. Thank you for sharing. Give the video a like. All right, next we're going to do Crystal. Crystal. Hi, Pamela. Let's see what we got for Miss Crystal Pierce. Oh, I love the messages I'm getting with these cards. Your younger daughter's going to Texas the 14th. Hope they be okay. Well, I hope they'll be okay too. Well, hello, Kim. Come on in. Come on in. The water's fine. Texas is nice and warm right now. It's 75 degrees currently. What is in my eye? What the fuck? That's what you get for putting makeup on. Okay, Crystal. There is major things happening and shifting in your life right now. I feel like you've finally broken the chains of a karmic cycle. You've resolved a lot of things that needed to be resolved in order for you to ascend to this next level of awareness, this next beautiful beginning. I want to say this is all about romance and connections and soulmates. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. It says a personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like this is about your heart and closing the door on a chapter. Does that make sense to you? I feel like we've had to deal with some guilt and a lot of, guilt, grief, guilt, victimhood. It feels to me like you've finally come to the conclusion that things happened the way they were meant to happen for you. This is wonderful. I really, really love it. It was 100 here on the island. Barb. Absolutely. Wonderful. And so I feel like this has caused a major shift in your life. Hello, Penny. I'm wonderful. So much. Thank you. I'm doing very well. Expect powerful change. I love the colors on this card, and I know you guys probably can't see it, but that's like blue and purple. Expect powerful change. This is all about you, my love. This is all about the way that you see yourself, the way you perceive your reality, the value that you find in yourself, and the lessons that you've learned from past heartache. You know, they say, and I've realized that this is so true, and I hope you can all appreciate the honesty and truth of this, that when your heart breaks, it's breaking open so that it can expand. And even when you're in that cycle of pain and realizing that your heart hurts, it hurts because your awareness has been changed, because your perception has been changed. It's been questioned. And now when you get through grief, when you get through that heartache and that healing process, you come to a place of clarity. You get an epiphany. You get a moment that helps you understand why did I experience this? And it really helps you move into that next phase, you know? And I love that for you. And then you have this card here, my darling. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. You might be dealing with a Libra, okay? Which is October, late September to mid-October. This marriage card just fell out. So this person is definitely like soulmate energy for you. I feel like you've really just come into a beautiful place, and you're going to, if you haven't recently found this person, you're going to find this person very soon. And when I say very soon, in a time frame, we're looking at a year, maybe 2. At the most, we're looking at 2 years. And over the course of your life is very long. So it doesn't mean that, okay, look, whoever you are, Laura, we don't do shit like that. So stop it. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Crystal. And then we're going to do Sissy real quick, and then we'll go back to the free readings. I hope that makes sense for you. I'm sorry, I said Laura. I meant Lucas. I wasn't looking. Yes, lately I've made my voice be heard. Lots of ups and downs, but fabulous to say the least. Yay! I love it so much. I'm excited for you. I'm excited. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Hi, Gina. Come on in, guys. It's okay, Sarah. Yay! Yay! All right, let's see what we have for Sissy. If you would like a guaranteed reading tonight, okay. Where's your person? You're 50. You still have a good 80. People lived an average of 86 years. You have plenty of time to find your person. Plenty of time, Angelica. All right. I love you so much too, Crystal. Thank you so much for donating to my move. You're the best. Hello. Come on in. Share out if you would like to have a free card. You need to get the share badge next to your name. All right. What do we have for Sissy? One more shuffle. Let's see what we got for Sissy. She's paid for a reading, and then we're going to go on to the free cards. Sissy, I don't know if you've been wondering about a job lately, applying for a job or trying something new as far as your creative artistic talent is concerned. This feels to me like you've been wondering whether or not you'd be capable of something. I'm feeling like this has a lot to do with your ability, your personal ability to do things. Okay. Thank you, Sharon. Miss Sissy. Yes, I am a medical medium. Thank you. I'm also a healer, but I don't do those on lives because I usually heal large groups of people when I do it on lives, and it really takes the stuffing right out of me. So those are private readings only. I'm a very powerful healer. Hello, may I have a message, please? Jennifer, thank you for sharing. Give me just a moment. I'm trying to do a paid reading for Sissy Davis. I feel like also that you've experienced some setbacks recently that have caused you to have this self-doubt, that have caused you, yes, ma'am, that have caused you to question your ability to adult, pretty much. And that, you know what, I have to remind you that we're all going through a very difficult time. Please don't be so hard on yourself. All right. You are good enough. Look at this beautiful woman. You are good enough. Okay. This is all about your gifts, your abilities, and like questioning your worth, questioning your ability because you've had some setbacks. And you know what? Don't even stress it, girlfriend. It's not the setbacks that you need to worry about. It's how you handle the situation. Life is constantly about choices, right? We make choices every day. How we handle the situations that come at us is really what determines how we move forward. And this could be about a relationship that ended and made you feel like you weren't good enough. It could be that you're not putting yourself out there because of that, because you feel like, you're not lovable, or you don't have the qualities that people are seeking in relationships. I feel like this just means that you need to work on yourself and your own self-worth, your own self-love, learning how to value yourself and everything that you have to offer, because you are valuable. Okay. You are absolutely valuable, and you need to realize that we are all beautifully unique individuals, all human beings. So it's like on one side of duality, we're this unique individual. On the other side, we are all part of the same consciousness. We're all part of the human race, and we all experience emotions and situations, and we all have to determine how to handle those situations. Your brother just passed in front of you. Okay. And this is making you feel all certain types of way, right? Questioning the relationship you had with him. We judge ourselves so harshly when we lose a loved one, because if your relationship, and no relationships are perfect, But if your relationship had any kind of strife whatsoever, you struggle with guilt, you struggle with surviving when your brother passed, you struggle with feeling bad about any words that you might have expressed to them or situations that you might have found yourself in with them in the past, and you just start doing all of this judgment on yourself, right? And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to lose people you love. I don't envy you at all. It's an ache in your chest that just doesn't go away. And when you grieve everything that you won't be able to share with them, all the moments that you won't have with them moving forward. It's not pleasant. But be kind to yourself. There's no way you could have stopped that from happening. I can tell you that right now. There's no way. Some people come into this world with a contract that will expire if certain things are done in their life. If tasks that they've needed to complete get completed, they go, and there's nothing that can keep them here. And thinking you're responsible and thinking that you could have done something or said something differently, that's your ego, darling. That's you thinking that you are God and you just by will alone can change the course of fate. Reality check, my love. Reality check. None of us are God. Right? So give yourself some grace. Give yourself some room to be. Give yourself a hug, girl. Because I honestly just feel like you're being too hard on yourself right now. And your brother's passed, and just allow yourself to mourn his passing without feeling bad about still being here. Obviously, you still have things that you need to do. And your brother has finished whatever he came to do. All right? Okay. I hope that helps you, hon. Has anybody else made a donation that I didn't see? I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, my phone's about to die. Oh, interesting. I need a plug. Why is it echoing? I'm not sure. Is it echoing for anybody else? Or is that just for Linda? Okay, we're going to go back to the free list. Everybody share out. I appreciate you. All right, Lauren. Lauren's next. If you would like a minimum 5-card reading, it's $10 donation. I appreciate you contributing to my move. It's going to cost a lot of money. My daughter and I have to move after living in the same place for almost 8 years. No, it's not echoing for anybody else, hon. Maybe you should go out and come back in. It might be... Oh, that's music. I have sounds in the background. Thank you, my darling. Appreciate you. You know, I've got... Hello, Jewel. You okay, little pups? All right, let's see where we're at here. So we are doing... I'm applying at an apartment complex that my oldest daughter lives in. I have 2 daughters and a son. And I'm going to apply there. I think it'd be really good for the little. I probably am going to stay in Texas for the moment, Sharon. We'll see what happens later on, but I feel like I'm supposed to live here for a while. Okay. Things change, right? Can't always run away from life. Lauren, let's see what we got for you, my love. Lauren. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining us. Let's see what we have for Lauren. If you would like to be eligible for a free card reading tonight, please share out till you get the share badge next to your name. Lauren, sometimes we are so concerned with the outcome of a situation that our attention zeroes in on it so completely and we become hyper-focused, okay? Like nothing else matters except the result of this thing. Like you go through your whole day just worried about this one thing and you're just going through the motions of life, and it's like you're missing the point. You're missing the bigger picture. Okay? This card says, look at the bigger picture. So how do we do that when we're so hyper-focused on the outcome of this particular situation or what this person thinks or wants? How do we step back, look at the bigger picture? You need to bring yourself into the present moment, okay? If you're so hyper aware of a situation, take a step back from the situation. Go sit outside for a minute. Practice some mindfulness techniques, okay? So what does that mean? Okay, people always tell us, meditate, practice mindfulness, find your center, calm yourself, balance. What does that mean? When you practice mindfulness, what you can do is you can sit out in nature and you can try to identify 5 or 7 distinct sounds. Just close your eyes and try to identify different sounds. Try to identify what you're feeling. Maybe you feel the breeze on your face. Maybe your hands are cold or your hair is moving in the breeze. Maybe you have a tickle in your nose because you have allergies, which would be me. But try to identify, that sounds like a dog. That sounds like a squirrel. There's cars driving down the road. There's all these different sounds that will help bring you into the moment and make you completely present. And that pulls your hyper-focus out of the future and what you are desperately trying to achieve. It pulls you back into the present. It pulls you into a state of gratitude, which helps you achieve what you're trying to manifest. So in order to manifest what you have hyper-focused on, you need to pull yourself away from that hyper-focus. Isn't that interesting? I hope that helps you. Okay, we are going to do now Miss Sharon Clayton. Thank you for being so patient, Sharon. And after Sharon, we're going to write some more names on the list. So please share out till you get a share badge next to your name. And then we're going to do a free little reading for you. And thank you to the person. Thank you, Jewel, for saying my eyes are gorgeous. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, Lauren, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, what do we have for Sharon Clayton in soggy Scotland? Hi, Sandra. Thank you. Hi, Monet. You're trying to live in the present. Nice to meet you, my darling. I had a card fall out for you. Okay, Sharon, you have this card that said emotions are running high right now. So there's some very intense energy, some very intense situations going on in your personal life where people are definitely running around being triggered. Okay, this is what we're talking about. When emotions are running high, that means that there are things coming to the surface to be purged, issues coming to the surface to be discussed, emotions coming to the surface to be identified and validated. Okay, what does it mean to validate your emotions? Well, that means that when you're feeling angry, don't try to invalidate that emotion by saying, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Whatever. It's whatever. I'm not bothered. That's invalidating your own emotions. Okay. And so When you feel something, validate your emotion. Yes, I'm upset. This is why I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm afraid because of this. When you validate your emotions, you're giving them some space to exist and allowing yourself to feel that energy. When you invalidate your emotions, you are suppressing and repressing that energy, which turns into a physical manifestation of distress. Okay? Which eventually turns into a physical manifestation of disease or illness. Okay? So allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to have emotions, to let them run their course. Do not hold on to them so very tightly. Okay? I feel like we have a tendency as a collective to hold on to lower vibrational emotions and not hold on so tightly to the higher vibrational emotions of joy and happiness, laughter. But we do tend to cling to the things that make us mad or sad, guilty, ashamed. So you are on an emotional roller coaster right now, and it's time for you to just go with the flow, because before you know it, things will be okay. Okay? Pretending your life is perfect. Pretending was never good for anyone. Okay? It never was. Okay, Monet. Did anyone else make a donation? I'll put you on the list. Okay, we got Monet. We're going to do a card for Flora. When we come back, we're going to do Angelica. Appreciate your donations. It helps me move. Okay. All right. What do we have for Monet? It's been a while since I've done a reading for you, hon. I hope you're doing well. I know you've been going through some difficulties. Lost 3 family members in 2020, February 19th. My niece, age 13, my stepson, and my partner, Christmas Eve. Oh, darling. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. No sooner are you trying to get through one that something else happens, right? Just compiled one on top of the other. That's difficult. Really. I'm so sorry for all your losses. We'll be doing spirit messages tomorrow night if you're interested in spirit messages or medical scans, medical mediumship. We will be doing that tomorrow evening, since that seems to be what people need. Okay. One more, and we're going to do Monet. What do we have for Monet? It has been a while. That's wonderful, Sharon. I'm so glad to hear that. That's good. Emotional support systems are really important when we're going through that. Okay. So I have 2 cards that are talking about practicality for you, Monet. And it's like, what do I want to say about that? Been hesitant on getting a reading for a while. Something told me not to yet, but I believe I'm ready. Oh, I'm so glad you're ready. Okay, Glenna, I'll put you on the list. Thank you. So you have two cards talking about practicality, being practical. And I feel like this might have something to do with your inner work. Okay, your creative energy, your inner work. I'm so sorry to hear that, Sharon. I hope she gets better soon. Hi, Linda. Welcome back. So there's been issues I'm seeing here between yourself and your partner. If you're in a relationship, are you in a relationship, Monet? I'm seeing some issues with your partner because the things that you want to do or how you want to move forward, you don't really have a practical plan for this. It seems like that, you know, this is what you want and you have your heart set on it, but you don't have a practical plan to achieve that goal. And so when you're sitting there and you're doing this inner work and you're trying to figure yourself out and you're trying to heal yourself, you get to a point in your journey where it almost feels like you're being selfish, when it's like, okay, I'm only caring about myself. I only want to do what I need for myself. And it feels a little selfish to other people. Okay. And the universe is telling you that you need to balance your spiritual life and your practical day-to-day life. So this is balancing the 3D and the 5D, balancing the outer world with the inner world. Okay. It can't be all about what's going on inside all the time, because we are in a three-dimensional reality. We are existing in a physical plane. Yes. Okay. And so I'm seeing here that we might have had some issues with our partner, because your partner is still your partner. Of course, they want what's best for you. They want what's best for their relationship and themselves as well. And so sometimes, like I said, and we go through this process, we have to pull ourselves back and we have to remember that there are other people in our lives that should matter, that should take part in the dreams that you have. When you have a partner, your dreams become their dreams become your dreams, and one of you or both of you needs to sit down and say, how are we going to achieve this? Right? Are we on the same page? Because it feels to me like perhaps your partner doesn't think that whatever this is going to work out. Maybe they're a little more pessimistic. Maybe they're a little more pragmatic, logical. Maybe they don't accept a spiritual life as easily as you do. Maybe they're a little less spiritually evolved. And this can be causing some strife in your relationship. Medical readings tomorrow are going to be $25. For spirit readings tomorrow, the readings tomorrow are going to be $25. It's going to be a good reading, okay? No problem, Sharon, no problem. I'm an evidential medium, which means I will give you evidence of your loved ones. Okay. So give your partner a little bit of grace here. It's like being upset. Honestly, it's like a college student being upset with a middle school kid for not knowing how to do trigonometry. You know, that's something that you've learned through our process. And you can't be upset with other people for not being where you're at. We're all in different places. You have to be patient with people, and you know, that patience and that tolerance will help your relationship more than the irritation that you feel because they don't understand you and you don't understand them. Love is gentle and kind, right? This card is the last card that you have, a time to give rather than take. Give your partner your patience. Give your partner your unconditional love. Because when we give to somebody, they want to give back to us when they love us, right? And so maybe just try to be a little more understanding of where they're coming from. You were there once. You were there once upon a time. Sharon, when you click on the PayPal link in the description box, it should automatically exchange it to US dollars. Hi, Mary Claire. How are you? Oops, I lost my baby deck. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Okay, we're going to do Flora. You still here, Sonny? You still here, sir? Flora. I don't even have a drink. Holy mother of God. What did I do? My cards just all flipped over. Shoot. You are here. Okay, wonderful. Let's see what we got for Flora. If you would like to be eligible for a free reading tonight, please share out until you get the share badge next to your name. And I'm pulling names from that list. You're welcome, Sharon. The medical and spirit readings tomorrow night are going to be $25. Evidential reader. Evidential medium. Evidential medium. Thank you, Monet. I wish you the best of luck in your relationship. Just try to be more understanding. We can't reach enlightenment without understanding and compassion. You're welcome. You're welcome. Didn't I do a reading on you already, Justina? I feel like I did. Okay. What do we have for Mr. Flora? Okay, I feel like you have been struggling, Flora. You have been struggling with pessimistic attitude about the future. I feel like you've been worried about things that you feel have already been decided. It feels to me like you're very on edge about a situation. Like you feel like you already know how it's going to turn out. But the universe wants to remind you nothing is yet set in stone. Everything changes possible in every moment of every single day. You have choices. You have choices in every second of the day that you can choose a different outcome every single time. All right? Every single time. You don't have to accept your current reality. You can change it. All right? Good night, Sharon. Thank you for joining us. It almost feels like you resigned yourself to a specific fate. Like this is how it is. This is how it's going to be forever. I'm never going to be happy. I'm always going to be alone. And the thing about that is you have to be more conscious of the language you're putting out into the world, because everything you say is like a verbal spell. All right? Everything you say, I'm never going to find love. I'm always going to be alone. Things never work out for me. I have the worst luck in the world. It's always something going bad for me. Okay? So you have to be more aware of the spells that you're creating with your words, with your thoughts. Okay? Stop being so negative. All right? Stop putting all that negative energy out into your reality. Allow yourself the opportunity to think of what could happen in a positive way. Like with any situation, today's going to be a great day. Wake up in the morning and say, you know what? Today's going to be awesome. I can feel it, even if you can't. And then you're putting like a positive energy out into the universe about what you expect instead of negative expectations. Okay. Just because things haven't worked out in the past doesn't mean they're always not going to work out. You have to allow that the only thing constant is change. Things will not always stay the same. Okay, Flora? Hope that helps you. All right, Angelica, you're next. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you guys. Angelica. Hi, Mariah. It is hard sometimes to think positive, so it's good to write down a list of positive affirmations. Glenna, did I get your donation? I will check. I am so sorry. I did not check. I apologize. Okay, I've got a card here for Angelica, so I'm going to do that real quick before I do yours, okay? Is that all right? Because the card already came out. Okie dokie. I got you, Glenna. I got you, boo-boo. I got you, Miss Boo-boo. That's right, Sandra. What you put out comes back to you. Wonderful. Okay, so we are going to do Angelica. It's interesting because Angelica was commenting about positive thoughts. Think positive. It's hard, though. And the card that I got for you, Angelica, is Believe in the Impossible. I know it's really hard for people to visualize and believe that they can have a happy ending. Especially, Angelica, when you have experienced so much turmoil in your life. It's very hard to feel like you deserve and will receive happiness and joy at the end of the day. And I understand that. I do. I truly do. It's really hard when you've never had that to put yourself in that situation. I get it. So play pretend. Pretend in your mind. Visualize, imagine. How would you feel if what you truly desired actually happened? How would you feel? How would that perfect relationship make you feel inside your body? How would you feel when you wake up in the morning? How would you feel? Can you do me a favor? I need a glass of water. Thank you. I forgot water. How would you feel if you got that job or that promotion that you've been really, really wanting? How would you feel if you got that love from your parent that you've always been trying to get? That's a big one. Yeah, with the how would you feel if you were validated? If you were important? If you were told you were beautiful? How would that make you feel? Uncomfortable, right? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It would make you feel very uncomfortable because you're just not used to it. So get used to it in your mind. Get used to the feelings in your body that would create. That unrealistic dream can be yours. You just have to become a little more comfortable with the feeling of deserving. Okay? Because some of us have been made to feel like we don't deserve what other people have. We don't deserve the happiness and the joy and the peace and the feeling of completion. But that's very much not true. You are a perfectly wonderful soul having this human experience. Everything about you is perfect. Everything. You came in as a whole soul. You are a whole soul. And you deserve everything that you can manifest and visualize with your mind. You just have to be comfortable with actually receiving it. Okay? Thank you, Justina. That's a lovely thing to say. Thank you. Chrissy Black. I'm going to write you on my list. Chrissy Black. She is on YouTube. And Justina, I'm going to put you on the list. Thank you so much. That's a lovely compliment. I appreciate you. Miss Angelica, I hope that helps you. Glenna. Glenna. Oh, Glenna. We are going to do Miss Glenna. She's paid for a reading tonight. If you would like a guaranteed reading tonight, it's a minimum $10 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you, Justina. You're lovely. Okay. Glenna, 2 more. Glenna, your heart chakra is expanding. Have you been having pain in your chest? Have you been having some congestion? I feel like I want to clear my throat. I feel like I want to cough some mucus. Glenna. You're welcome, Angelica. You're welcome. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Heart chakra. Okay. First card. What do you need to release? You are releasing some issues, blockages in the heart chakra, Glenna. What do we got? Heart chakra. Harmony, trust, lovingness, being gentle with yourself and others, being able to give and receive without giving. You had sinus surgery. Okay, that's not the heart chakra though, but that's okay. I have a possible place to move, Linda. Thank you so much. Open to new people, ideas, and growth. Coping with loss and balancing yourself. Okay, these are all heart chakra related. Okay, we did talk about the heart chakra having breathing issues and allergies. Okay, so that is releasing. Get some clarifiers for you. We've definitely been clearing out some old emotions, clearing out some grief from the heart space, opening yourself to more loving relationships in the future. Releasing the anger and frustration from relationships that you've had in the past. Fights with loved ones. It feels to me like you're going through releasing your emotional baggage. I feel like we've got some issues here, Glenna. Like I'm seeing the age of 4 for you. It feels like when you were just a little kid that we had some issues of trusting our loved ones. Okay, this came up for you at an early age. Somebody made you realize that you couldn't trust people just because they were family, just because they told you they cared about you, just because they said they loved you. And there's this releasing happening right now, and it feels like it's been a long time coming, honestly, like it's something that you've struggled with. Feeling like you're lovable, feeling like you're enough. Does this make sense to you, Glenna? She's froze. Shite. Oh no. Oh no, she's froze. Well, while she's frozen, I'm going to get a drink. Yes, it does. Okay, thank you. As I've explained a couple of times, but I have no problem saying again. It's really difficult to unpack the emotional trauma that we have from when we're very small children. Because when you're a little kid, you don't have a lot to compare it to, and you don't have a lot of memories, core memories, to replace those situations when you're little. It's so much easier for us when we make it all the way to adulthood, into our 20s, 30s, 40s, to experience heartbreak and a lack of trust and betrayal from people and heal from it and move on, because we've had so many more experiences with that. So when you're dealing with emotional trauma from when you're a very small child, it's really hard to let go of because you don't have a lot of other memories to replace it with. When we're children, we have very basic emotional responses. These are things that we acquire as we age, and we become more attuned to what different things feel like, and we can label emotions in a more finite manner. When you're a child, you're just hurt or sad or happy or afraid or mad, and that's pretty much it. So we have to get to a point when we are emotionally intelligent enough to realize that that particular memory or that particular situation one situation should never determine the rest of your life, should never determine your value. As an adult, we know just because somebody betrays us doesn't mean we don't deserve the truth, right? Just because somebody hurt us doesn't mean we don't deserve care. But as a child, we have a hard time with that because we don't know any better. You have. And that's why I want to say that I feel like it's time for you to revisit that memory, that trauma, and allow yourself to see it from your adult perspective. And allow yourself to understand that that did not have to determine who you are now, that you get to determine that, right? Okay, so I hope that reading resonated with you, Miss Glenna. I appreciate you donating so much. Thank you, thank you. Has anyone else donated before I get back to the free readings? All right. We are going to do Chrissy. Chrissy is on YouTube. Are you still here, Chrissy? Three more shuffles. Share out if you're kind. Share out if you'd like to be eligible to be put on the list. Kim, I will put you on the list. Chrissy, are you still here? Absolutely wonderful, Glenna. Welcome, Kim. Chrissy, are you still with us on YouTube? Woo. Yes, Miss Sandra, I will put you on the list. Thank you for asking. You're welcome, Glenna. I hope you have a great night. Thank you for joining us and sharing out. I appreciate you. Chrissy, are you on YouTube? Guys, I just want to remind everybody that my private readings are on special right now. They're $39 for a 30-minute private reading. If you have never had a private reading with me, I highly recommend it. It's a very personal connection. I share a lot of great energy. I do take pride in the fact that I am a spiritual catalyst that is part of my purpose here. I help people ascend to a higher level of consciousness. I plant seeds of awareness inside of you during our time connecting to each other, and I hope that you will all partake of that. My readings for the month of April are $39 for 30 minutes. That's about 33% off of the regular price. That is for one person over video chat. You're welcome, Sandra. Okay, I'm not hearing from Chrissy, so I'm going to move on to Justina. Justina. Hello. Okay, Justina. I'm sorry you're having a hard day. I just want to say that. UK time, what time do I normally start? Sharon, I normally start at 7 p.m. Central Time, and UK is usually 6 hours ahead. So that would be 3 a.m. your time. Okay? Just so you know. It is a good card. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Feels to me like we have some choices we need to make about what we want to continue to repeat, what karmic ancestral cycles we want to break, and what we will no longer be allowing in our life. Okay? That is what I'm hearing for this card. And when it says the end of tough cycle approaches, it's because you need to decide that this is no longer allowed in your life. All right? When we are trying to heal our physical body, there's 5 different aspects to that. We have physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and energetic, right? So not only do you have to tackle that with your spiritual aspect, you also have to work on all the other aspects as well, because it's like balancing a plate, right? Balancing the plate on your fingertip. It needs to be perfectly balanced in order for there to be nothing that can knock it off of its finger, right? You have to balance all of it. Okay? Justina, I don't know if you're friends with me on Facebook, but I shared something about victim mode this morning. I'm a tough cookie when it comes to victim mentality. I personally do my best to be very patient with people who are in victim mode. But I will admit very, very, very readily that that is something that irritates me more than anything in life. And it definitely triggers my frustration. I've been a victim in my life, okay? I've experienced hardships just like everybody else. I was sexually abused when I was very small, and I've gone through a lot in my life. I've been homeless. I've had heartbreak. It's just been really difficult. Not any harder than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I chose to not let that circumstance determine my value as a person. Like I said earlier, I chose to not let that define who I was. I don't live my life every day being a victim of sexual abuse. I don't live my life every day being displaced. I don't live my life being homeless. I don't live my life being heartbroken. I don't allow those circumstances to determine my life. And I struggle, I really do, with people who want to identify as the things that have happened to them. I try my best. I try my best. Okay? I try my very best. 4 years, yes. It takes a very long time sometimes. I feel like it's very empowering to a person to be able to say, I survived sexual abuse. I survived heartbreak. I survived homelessness. I survived job loss. I survived losing people in my life. I survived that. And I know you can too. You can all survive that. I'm not the only one. You just have to change that one word. You don't have to be a victim. You have to be a survivor. And you are a survivor. Because you are no longer that situation that happened in the past. You are no longer that person's daughter in that moment, that person's friend, that person's coworker, that person's girlfriend. You're someone different now. Stop trying to be that thing that you were and allow yourself to be what you are now. Okay? Thank you, ma'am. We have to overcome the abuse and try to make life better. Yes, and we do overcome, just like we overcome things every single day. It's just on a higher level, okay? Sharon says, I can highly relate to this. We are survivors. We are. We all are. We survive life every single day. Every single day. All right, Miss Kim. If you get up and you go through the motions and you make it through life and you get to tomorrow, you survived it. Sure thing, Sharon. Go ahead. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Kim, are you here? Yes, my darling. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for finding my page. The universe guides us in many different ways, my darling. Let's see what we got. Miss Kim. If you would like a guaranteed reading tonight, a minimum of 5 cards, please send a $10 donation. There's 3 different ways to pay in the description box of the video. Why, thank you, Sharon. Sharon, did I put you a reading? I thought I did, but I could be wrong. Jewel wants to know, would it be profitable for me to sell candles? You know, as a business-minded individual, I have had restaurants. I used to be a restaurateur. And I think anything that you do can be profitable as long as you are consistent with it. Okay? So be consistent. Make sure you do your research. Know what your price point needs to be. Have a consistent product. Advertise it consistently. Be consistent. And you could make money selling candles. Okay? All right, Kim. Kim, have you been indecisive about ending a relationship, whether it be a financial relationship like a career or a romantic relationship? Feels like a romantic relationship to me, but I could be wrong. It feels like you have quite a weight on your shoulders, Kim. And you're not quite sure how to move forward. No, not a romantic relationship. Okay. I didn't put you on. I got you on the list now, Sharon, okay? It feels to me like something's been weighing on your mind and it just feels heavy. You do? I'm a little confused right now. Can you give me more than one word response? Because I'm talking and the comments have a little bit of a lag, so I kind of don't know what you're responding to. I'm sorry. It feels like there's It feels like there's something that you've been carrying around, something that you've been trying to figure out. The loss of your son. A weight on your shoulders. Feels very heavy. Okay. I'm not sure what this is in reference to exactly. This card says conclusions are within reach. It almost feels like something is not finished. Some process might not be finished. It could be your grief cycle, but I don't think that's what it is. It feels like something needs to be settled. And it's been weighing on you. And I'm not sure what it is, but it's making my stomach hurt. You're trying to manifest him. You're trying to manifest him. Court. Okay. This card says conclusions are within reach. So this is the universe telling you that the outcome will happen shortly for you. May I ask how you're trying to manifest your son if he's deceased? Are you speaking of communication with your son, or is there something of your son's that you're trying to get through court? You want to see him again. It's difficult for people to connect to spirit when they are grieving. Okay? It's difficult for people to see spirit when they are grieving. You're in a very low vibration of loss and sadness and heartache, and it's difficult for spirit to communicate with you because it's such a big gap in energy. It's such a big gap in frequency. Okay? So if you could allow yourself to release the grief and think more of the joy you will feel to see him again, you might be able to bridge that gap. Okay? All right, next. 1300 what? 1300. What are you talking about, Justina? What do you mean? I don't know what that's in reference to. You want to see an apparition. Well, like I said, you have to allow yourself to move out of the frequency of grief. Okay? I hope it helps you. All right, Sandra. What do we have for Miss Sandra? We were told one time we were past life sisters in the 1300s. Were we? Interesting. All right. Sandra. Chandra. Tomato, 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 tomato. Sandra. Sandra. I have this beautiful card for you, Sandra. You are good enough. This, to me, feels like it's talking about loving relationships. Sandy. All right, you can be Sandy. Sandy, Sandy, Sandy. This is about loving relationships. This card is very green. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of green on this card. Yes, you are good enough. It's all about loving relationships. It's all about making new connections with people that you know. It's like, it feels to me like the universe is trying to guide you to heal relationships, to have stronger bonds with people in your life, coming from a place of healing, right? That's what it feels like to me. Like the universe is telling you that it's safe for you to open your heart back up to people because you're healed. And when we come from a place of healing, we don't really allow people's unhealed parts to affect us, you know? So at one point you have relationships with people where you have two unhealed souls and they're both kind of projecting their pain onto the other person. But when you heal yourself, you realize that that person is just projecting pain, their own pain. And we have more compassion and empathy for those people. And I feel like you are a wonderful example for the people in your life to see how they can be when they do that inner work, when they allow themselves to have that healing. And I feel like you are the person that can show them that it doesn't always have to be this way, that they can have a better life, that they can heal themselves as well. Does that make sense? I'm working on the bonds with my people. I'm ready to open up. Yes, I am very compassionate. Of course, of course. Of course. And that's what the universe is telling you. You are good enough to be that light for others, that you are doing such a wonderful job healing yourself that you can lead by example. You know what I mean? All right. And Sharon Irby, are you still here? Hi, Chris Butler. Sharon Irby. Hello, Sharon. Leading by example, Sandra, just like I said. You're doing a wonderful job. Keep doing what you're doing. Jennifer, let me see. Yes, I will put you on the list, Jennifer. Just wrote all over myself like a dummy. And so are you. Hi, Amy. Okay. Show me, Sharon. You're welcome. You're welcome. Show me, Sharon. Sharon. Sharon, I feel like you've been going through some financial struggles, some instability. That's awesome, Sandra. Thank you so much for sharing. You're welcome. Financial struggles and instabilities that have made you really nervous and fearful about the well-being of your family. Absolutely. And I'm seeing, because I have this new moon in Cancer card, and Cancers are all about keeping their loved ones happy and healthy and safe and cared for, and making sure that they're loved. They're very nurturing card, very nurturing. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing out. You and your loved ones are safe. Okay. This financial instability is triggering this fear within you because you are such a nurturing and loving person in your family. And it's making you question all the decisions you've made that put you in this situation. And I understand that. I totally understand that. I had the same issue when I found out that I had to move. When my landlord sprung that on me, I questioned all the decisions that brought me to that moment. And I realized that's not going to help anything, is it? I just needed to have a plan. And I needed to figure out how to move forward. Okay? We can't sit there and question everything that's already happened, every decision we've made, every dollar we've spent. Okay, we can't do that. That's not going to help you at all. Guilt is a wasted emotion. There's no point to it. Guilt is all about the past, and that is not something we can change. All right? You're trying to find the plan. Conclusions are within reach. You'll get the plan. Don't worry. You'll get it. I feel like what needs to happen right now, Sharon, is to allow yourself to think about temporary plans. Things that can get you from here to here, not permanent plans, because that's what I feel like you're doing. You're trying to find a permanent solution for a temporary problem. And it's not necessary. What you need is a temporary solution for a temporary problem. Okay? Do I take questions in regard to court cases? I am a clairvoyant, Justine. I see past, present, and future. And I can give you the most likely outcome to your question. Do you get that? Okay, good. So why don't we just think of what will help us in the meanwhile? Instead of trying to save the world, let's just save the situation for the next month or 2 months or 3 months. And sometimes the solution is not ideal, but it will get you out of the energy that you're in of not having a solution, the frustration of not knowing what to do, feeling like your wheels are spinning. It's a very negative energy and it's harmful to any clear thinking. Okay? Sometimes the best solution doesn't feel like the best solution. Okay, now we're going to do Jennifer. Getting to know me and debating so many things. I understand, Justina. I do answer pregnancy questions. I answer health questions, legal questions, just as long as you are all aware that I am just a psychic. I am not a doctor. I am not an OBGYN, and I am not a lawyer. As long as we get that disclaimer out of the way, for entertainment purposes only. Wonderful. I'm glad that helps you, Sharon. I'm sure you're going to get the answer very soon. Okay? All right. Jennifer Beckham. Jennifer Beckham. I know, right? Cheaper than a counselor, cheaper than a copay, cheaper than a lawyer. All that rolled into one. Cheaper than an OBGYN. Fertility. I'm very good at determining what's causing infertility. Okay, Jennifer. I do. I'm here to help people. That's my purpose. Jennifer, let's see what Jennifer needs to know. What does Jennifer need to know? You know, I've had these cards for like 2 years and I've only used them once. Never connected with these cards. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Jennifer. Chris Butler. Hi, may I get a free reading? Okay, Chris. I will put you on the list. Can you tell someone what year they would hit menopause? Most likely. Most likely I could. Chris Butler. Just hold tight, Chris. Stay right where you are. You're next on the list, okay? Okay, Jennifer. Jennifer, there's going to be a mutual understanding happening in your life soon. It feels to me like you've been on a different page with someone, like you haven't been able to see eye to eye with someone about a situation or just in general, that you guys really haven't been able to get along or compromise. All right. But I feel like that's going to be changing for you. I feel like your relationship with this person is going to become more tolerant. Like, I feel like they'll be more tolerant of you or you'll be more tolerant of them. It's like not being able to see eye to eye and then all of a sudden realizing, what's the point? It's just silly, right? Right? So what I'm seeing here for you, we have the Libra scales. This represents balance and justice. And then it says a win-win outcome is forecasted. So what I'm feeling for you, Jennifer, is that this person that's usually really hard to deal with, or your relationship with them that's really hard to deal with, is going to become easier. And I think it's all about tolerance and being able to compromise. All right. Because when we compromise, nobody is getting exactly what they want, but they're getting a little bit. Does that make sense? You know, you're not saying, okay, I want to be there at 10 and you want to be there at 5, so we'll get there at 1:30, and then neither one of you gets what you want, but you both feel like you've made progress. Okay, and that's why compromise is so important. Okay? So, I hope that helps you, Jennifer. I hope you can take that advice moving forward and know that if you're both willing to compromise a little bit, and maybe you need to have some discussions about that. Maybe you need to talk with them about what a very good question to ask is, how can I make you happy in this situation? And you tell them, this is how I can be happy in this situation. Now let's try to come to a compromise so that we both are a little bit happier than unhappy with the outcome, right? Things will start to get easier if you stop insisting that you're right or insisting that it has to be your way. Try to be a little more flexible, okay? All right, Chris Butler. Chris Butler, are you still here? Hi, Stacy. Yes, I'm doing well, thank you. Chris Butler, are you still here? Will an NBA G League basketball team pay me to play for them this year? Have you been having issues with your knee, Chris? Like, do you have a knee brace that you wear when you're playing? Answer to Chris's question, please. When I read your question, I immediately saw a knee in a brace. Or like I don't know, basketball players wear them. They look like a sleeve. That's what I saw. Answer to Chris's question. Your leg hurts after playing. I feel like we need to do more aftercare. A leg sleeve. Yes. That's what I saw. I feel like we need to do more aftercare. Okay, because it feels to me like this. It feels like a tendon. What is that called? Right above your knee. The tendon right above your knee. Is that your ACL? Let me look. I feel like there's a little bit of a weakness here. That's what I'm looking at. Just 1 second, I'm Googling. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at. Hold on, I'm looking up tendons. Give me just a second. That wasn't the right thing. Have you been icing yourself down after you play? Because it looks to me the MCO. Okay, it's literally when you're looking down at your knee, it's going to be right on the outside, right? It's like right above the kneecap on your thigh is where I'm seeing this. Okay, so what it says for that is to rest it, to ice it, and then to wrap it. So make sure that you continue to do that. And now I'm going to look for the answer to your question. I don't want you to have some kind of physical limitation to getting what you want. All right. You have the new moon in Libra. This Libra, new moon in Libra, let me find out when that is actually happening this year. September 25th is when new moon in Libra is going to happen. Okay. And this is going to be a new heart-centered. So look towards September. I don't even know when basketball season is. To be honest, I don't follow basketball at all. I don't know much about basketball. I've never been a fan. But it feels to me like you'll know something by September. And if you take good care of it, if you continue, like definitely ice it down, honestly, because it feels to me like there's a lot of soreness going on here. And it just feels like a little bit of a weakness in this particular tendon. Rest it as often as you can when you're not playing, okay? So try to take a day where you just kind of put your leg up, keep some ice on it, 20 minutes or so. And then, yeah. I want you to also, I hope you don't mind pineapple. I want you to try to eat fresh pineapple as much as you can, okay? It's really good. It's got some really good healing minerals and vitamins in it that will help rebuild muscle fiber. Tendons. So that's what I have for you, Chris. I hope that helps you. You donated to PayPal? Why? I already did a card for you. I did you a card already. What you need, woman? Oh, you had a legal question, right? You want me to answer a legal question? What's your question? Good night, Tina. Thank you for helping out. What's your question, darling? What can I do for you? How can I help you? Did you want me to say that on here? I know, Barb. What, am I crazy? Did you want me to say that on here? A small cell cancer. small cell cancer, a cough that doesn't go away or gets worse over time, coughing up blood, chest pain or discomfort, trouble breathing, wheezing, hoarseness, loss of appetite, weight loss for no reason, trouble swallowing. Yes, but I'm reminding you that I told you about the water cleanse. It feels like the right to me, but I do have to clarify. When I get anything lung related from spirit, it comes on the right side, okay? Because the left side usually represents the heart. So any lung pain that I receive will be on the right side. Okay? Thank you, Barb. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I feel like you could have a good prognosis, Justina. It all depends on you. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I will tell you what I hear. I just wanted to make sure you wanted me to say it on here because I know that the message that you gave me, you didn't really want your business blasted. Okay? So, you're going to... Okay, did anyone make a job has been a struggle? Barb, knock it off. Barb, I need to remind you that you have a cycle. Barb. Barb, don't make me come over there. You know I can't afford it. Thank you. Yes, I did. I did read the message. Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate you. I love validation. It's one of my favorite things when people tell me I'm right. Barb, remember when you were in Florida doing training for this job and you were so happy and so excited about the future and all the possibilities moving forward? Barb, do you remember? Well, thank you, Justina. I'm hilarious. You hate to hear no. Okay, well, that's something that your ego is going to have to struggle with. People do suck, and that is something that you have to accept. Not all people are wonderful. Some of them suck, and that's okay for them, right? So you can say to yourself, that person sucks. You can mentally be like, well, that was a lack of anything wonderful. I'm never going to get those 15 minutes back. You're used to yes, but some people say no. Okay, and you have to get used to no too. All right. I'm proud of people for saying no, first of all, because no is a very self-empowering word, and it's something that people need to get used to hearing, because it can't always be the way that you want it to be, right? Sometimes it just is what it is, right? So you have to graciously accept the no just as graciously as you would accept the yes. Okay? Ego. That's right. Everyone loves to hear yes. You have to be more comfortable with not getting your way. Okay? You are, or you're doing, and look, it stops hurting. Okay? The first few times it's frustrating because it's not what you want, and it makes you question how good you are at your job. You are good at your job. It's just not right for some people. And you have to accept that. Okay? Sometimes people need to say no because that's what's best for them. And it's okay, because there's 80 billion people on the planet. 8 billion? There's so many people on this planet. There's so many more yeses out there than there are nos. Okay? Just take it with a grain of salt. They do have choices. You're absolutely right. They do not have to say yes all the time. And it doesn't reflect how good you are at your job if people say no. It doesn't. It represents what they want in their life. Right? That's like going on a date with somebody. You meet somebody in online dating, let's say, and you go on a date with them. And the one person really wants to date you, but you don't want to date them. And you say, I'm sorry, I don't want to see you again. Is it fair for that person to get upset, or should they respect your decision? Right? Just put it in a different perspective. Okay? You can't let the naysayers and the no's in the world determine how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your job, and your ability to do your job well. You can't let somebody else's opinion, which they are expressing as a no, determine your value, right? Right, Barb? We don't do that. We don't do that. So, best part is realizing that they're doing what is best for them. I may not like it, but it's the right thing for them. Yes. Exactly what I just said. Exactly. So, can you live with that? Work through your fears. It's your ego, my love. Working through it, talking yourself through it, mentally or verbally, is going to help you. Try to see it from the other person's perspective. Why might they be saying no? Right? That's right. It is what it is. Yes, you can. Good. Feel better? Do you feel better, Barb? All right. I love you too, friend. Everything's going to be okay. It's really hard sometimes with the ego. It's really hard with the ego sometimes. But you know what? You're getting the hang of it. It only took you a month to come and talk to me about it to feel better. You're still at your job. You haven't left yet. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. That's right, Sandra. Rejection is protection. Something better is coming along. Yep. Just know that for every person that says no, there's 10 more people that will say yes. Good for you. I'm proud of you. I'm going to go now, guys. I want to remind everybody that I have an April special all month long, $39 for a 30-minute private reading, spirit messages. Okay, so if you want to connect to your loved one who's crossed over, April is the best time to do it with me because you're not going to get a price that low for a while. Okay, this is to help me move, right? Oh, do you, Justina? Are you going to give me a ring? All right, my darlings. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I hope you have a beautiful morning. And I hope you get everything that you've always truly desired but never felt worthy of. And I wish you all many blessings. And good night to you.